Hello, generals. How are you all doing? I've come to you with a new video and a different kind of analysis. Stay until the end, because I have a question for you. Some battles and maneuvers can be decisive in shaping our world. Today, we speak of a man who did a lot to be remembered. He used the fall of King Louis XVI to rise, a man who had both strengths and weaknesses, but in my view, he was a genius. As you guessed, yes, I'm talking about Napoleon Bonaparte. At that time, France was facing both internal and external challenges. Internally, from royalists. Externally, from a European coalition led by Britain. And today's story is about Toulon, the strategic port city. Toulon was a vital naval base for France in the Mediterranean. France could not afford to lose such a key port, yet what they feared came true. Toulon declared loyalty to the royalists and soon welcomed the British fleet under Admiral Samuel Hood. Now, let's understand why Toulon was so important. It was the main naval base for the French Mediterranean fleet. Most of the French warships were stationed there. By losing Toulon, France lost its southern naval dominance, leaving it vulnerable to a southern invasion. France had no idea how to retake the port until a young artillery officer was appointed. His name? Napoleon Bonaparte. He was tasked with preparing the plan to take back Toulon. Napoleon noticed that the key to victory was capturing Fort Mulgrave, which overlooked the port. Although he was just a low-ranking officer, his deep understanding of military tactics impressed his commanders. His smart strategy became the core of the siege. Let's break down the battle. French side. Napoleon was still a captain. He had around 12,000 troops, including cavalry, infantry, and excellent artillery. The mission was to retake the city and port from the British in 1793. British side. About 4,000 troops, including Royalist allies and the British Royal Navy. Their commander, Admiral Archibald Campbell. The British had powerful defenses, relying on the fortified positions of Toulon. Napoleon's French forces had around 40 cannons of various calibers and began a strict siege, even supported by the French Navy. Then came the strategy. Napoleon moved artillery into strategic positions and began bombarding the British forts. He positioned troops across multiple fronts to surround key areas. He combined land and sea tactics to encircle the enemy. Now, for the turning point, Napoleon made the bold decision to launch a direct assault on Fort Mulgrave. Even though the first attack failed, he personally led the second one. His leadership lifted morale and forced the British to retreat. Toulon was recaptured. This victory had a massive impact on Europe. With war raging between France and Britain, this win became a turning point. It boosted Napoleon's reputation, seen as a loyal, smart leader. He was promoted and began rising rapidly within the French army. Strategically, Britain lost a key Mediterranean port, a huge blow to their naval operations against the French Revolution. Napoleon proved his intelligence and tactical brilliance. While the British were strong at sea, they lacked ground mobility. Poor coordination weakened their defense. Thanks to Toulon, Napoleon was promoted to brigadier general, marking his first major step toward greatness. France regained control of its key naval port, boosting its position in the Mediterranean and morale in the Republican army. The lesson here, generals, is this: no matter your rank, you can rise through results. Napoleon did it. What's your excuse? Now, the question I mentioned at the beginning. If you were the British commander in Toulon, what would you have done to survive the French assault?